boys and girls. We are now at chapter 2 of our unit of classification of animals. This chapter is called Warm-Blooded and Cold-Blooded Animals. Rattenborough here again. In the last chapter, you learned how scientists classify living things into groups called kingdoms. You learned about the animal and plant kingdoms. You also learned that animals and other living things are classified into more specific groups. Today, you will learn more about the animal kingdom. You will learn that there are many kinds of animals that have different characteristics. Scientists study these different characteristics to divide the animal kingdom into more specific groups. Here is the illustration of how scientists classify living things by different categories. This is the same illustration that we saw at the end of chapter 1. Many animals, such as cats, mice, rats, cows, elephants, tigers, and even people, belong to a group called mammals. So you and I are mammals. All mammals have hair, but some have more hair or fur than others. You have to be pretty close to an elephant to see its hair, but it is a mammal. Another characteristic of mammals is that they give birth to live babies. Mammal babies begin breathing, moving, and looking for food as soon as they are born. Mammal mothers make milk to feed their newborns. This is another key characteristic of all mammals. Here's an illustration showing mammal mothers feed their babies milk from their bodies. A lot of these pictures probably look very familiar to you, especially up here with the one with the puppies. Do you think this crocodile is a mammal? Here is the picture of this crocodile. The answer is no. Why not? This is because crocodiles have scales, not hair or fur. Crocodiles lay eggs, and baby crocodiles hatch from those eggs. A baby crocodile does not get milk from its mother. Its first meal might be a bug. Later, he'll eat bigger animals. Crocodiles belong to a different group of animals called reptiles, along with snakes, lizards, and turtles. Here is this illustration again to show that this crocodile is not a mammal and that it's actually a reptile, just like the snake, the lizard, and the turtle. Scientists also classify animals as mammals or reptiles based on how the animal controls their body temperature. All animals need to keep a constant temperature inside their bodies for their bodies to work properly. If an animal gets too hot or too cold, its body will not work the way it should. An animal may become sick or even die. Mammals are warm-blooded animals. When warm-blooded animals are in a cold place, they use their energy from food they eat to keep their bodies warm. Some warm-blooded animals shiver to keep warm. When they shiver, their bodies make heat to keep warm. Here's an illustration of a person when they get chilly and they shiver and move his or her body so that they can make energy and get a little warmer. Because remember, people are mammals too. When warm-blooded animals are somewhere hot, their bodies react in a different way to cool off. Some warm-blooded animals, like people, sweat to stay cool. Dogs pant to stay cool. Other warm-blooded animals drink lots of water as a way to cool off. Did you know that cows need to drink almost a bathtub full of water a day? Warm-blooded animals act in different ways to maintain a constant temperature inside their bodies. Mammals can live in habitats with different temperatures because their bodies do not rely on the environment. Warm-blooded animals, like mammals, must eat often to make energy to heat or cool their bodies. Most warm-blooded animals need to eat every day. Some need to eat every hour. Here's an illustration of a dog panting so that he can stay cool. Reptiles are cold-blooded animals. The body temperature of cold-blooded animals changes depending on the outside temperature. They become hot when it's hot outside and cold when it's cold outside. But cold-blooded animals must also keep a constant temperature for their bodies to work properly. Cold-blooded animals do not use energy from their bodies to stay warm or cool. Instead, they use what's around them to keep warm or keep cool. Crocodiles stay in water or mud in order to stay cool on hot days. If they need to warm up on cooler days, they bask in the sun. Here's the illustration showing how the crocodile either stays cool or stays warm. The first picture on top, he's definitely trying to cool down because he's getting in the water. Here you can see that the crocodiles are sitting in the sun, so they're trying to get their temperature higher. While warm-blooded animals can live in just about any habitat, cold-blooded animals can only live in certain habitats. Cold-blooded animals do not need to eat as often as warm-blooded animals. This is because they do not need lots of food to make energy to warm or cool their bodies. Most crocodiles only eat once a week, but they can live for months and sometimes years without eating. Here is the final illustration to show how some of the animals are classified.